sewing friends, welcome to my sewing room. My name is Beth, and if you're new, welcome. We are working away on a sampler quilt called the Friendly Sampler, and today's block is right here. It's called a pinwheel, and I got the pattern from a book. I saw the pattern in a book of quilt blocks, so I put it together with some of the fabrics that I've been using. Let's get started. Here's one of my quilt block books that I refer to quite frequently by Maggie Malone. And the quilt block that I'm using is right here, 1424, and she calls it a pinwheel. And you can see I'm using a mix of fabrics. So for my block, I need some 4-inch squares. I have 4 background squares and 2 red and 2 blue prints that are 4 inches. And then I need some 3.5-inch squares. These are all red, 4 red, 3.5-inch squares, and 4 pink 3.5-inch squares. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take those 4-inch squares and make some half-square triangles. Using all of my 4 background squares, I'll put these little sets together. I'll draw a pencil line, and then I'll be sewing on both sides of my pencil line. Now that I have all of my half square triangles pressed, I'll be trimming them all to 3.5 inches. And my ruler has a diagonal line, so I just line that up with the seam and make sure that I am well in that 3.5 inch area, and then I'll just trim the excess around. Here's my book again. I wanted to show you that there are only 2 fabrics used in the sample right here, and I used 4 different fabrics. So to begin with, to lay this out, I started with that smaller pinwheel, and then I added those red squares to make the pinwheel a little bit bigger. Then I'll be adding the other half square triangles, sort of making that bigger triangle with those background triangles, half square triangle blocks there, and now last of all I'll add the pink squares around in the corner. I am running out of room here on my design board that I have hanging in my sewing room. This is block number 14, and I'm hoping to make 6 more sampler type blocks to go into this sampler quilt called Friendly Sampler. Thanks for joining me today, and I'll see you next time.